Evening is the scene for Sept of the Howling Wind, a Werewolf the Apocalypse game set in San Diego. So tonight, Hand of Aesir and Jesse Steele are basically just walking about, kind of chit-chatting and catching up, and they hear a howl rise in the distance. A howl of introduction. I wonder, pray tell, what this howl entails.
Okay. Someone's going to have to remind me exactly how those things are structured, because otherwise you guys are just going to have to pretend I said something correct.
I mean, you just have to say who you are, breed, auspice, tribe, and that you request entrance to Sept.
All right. So the hell, basically, it's Steve charges the foe Vickers, who is a Glasswalker Philodox Hamid, and he is requesting to come on the Sept.
So we'll look at Hand of Aesir, and because he's not a guardian anymore, he will let a guardian respond.
Well, there aren't actually any guardians about, but I mean...
Oh, is Siobhan not a guardian?
Oh, she is, isn't she?
Yes, she is.
Have I made her a guardian? Yeah.
Wait, what?
No, I haven't done that
Kyle
yet.
is a guardian, that's right. So
Kyle,
if
yes,
you're being Garu in the scene can.
So, So, I mean, he is an Athro. He can let people in, and he's a Philodox. He can let people into the Sept. So, he's just like, kind of looking around, waiting to see if there's anybody that's going to answer, and nobody shows up, and he goes, well, I guess that's me.
He'll give a soft applause, like a golf clap. Take the stage!
He'll roll his eyes, shake his head, whatever. And he will go and see who this be. Who this be.
Nugaru, who this? Yeah, just
Nugaru, who this? Oh my god!
If that's the actual hell, you're actually going to hear cracking up laughter from the distance.
I'm gonna say Jesse. I'm gonna say Jesse howled that out. Okay, he used to be a guardian. He'll howl out Nugaru, who this?
Yes. And Aesir will just laugh his fucking ass off because that's funny.
Jesse will walk along like
fucking trot up to see who the hell this is. Probably run into Siobhan along the way.
Yes, there's a very determined-looking wolf in lupus trotting towards where the howl came from, with noticeably bright green eyes.
So Aesir sees this and he looks over and looks back at Jesse. Oh, a Fiona.
That's not the Nugaru.
I know. But I haven't met this one.
Oh, look at her, look at him, look at her. I forgot her name.
She'll tilt her head up at Aesir. Like, she looks up at him, tilts her to the side, kind of looks really confused for a second, and then just bares her throat because she isn't sure what rank he is, and just says, does her introduction. Siobhan McFinn, two legs of Cleith, Galliard of the Fianna, blah blah blah, all that good shit.
Oh yeah, don't recite your entire lineage, please. He's gonna raise his eyebrows when he hears the McFinn name, because he knows what that name is, obviously. He's gonna clear his throat. And he's gonna say, Hand of Aesir, Athro, or Seti of the Geta Fenris.
When he says Athro, she just kind of flumps onto her side and rolls onto her back. Dramatically, too.
he fucking he gives the most smug fucking look that you've ever seen on somebody. Like, yeah, that's right, bitch. You get on your back for me.
Jesse looks a thumb at him.
He doesn't say that, but that's what he's thinking. That's what his look says.
Okay.
Jesse will hook a thumb at him and be like, "You should have seen the way this man put me on my back when he first came. It was terrible."
He will nod.
The wolf just looks back and forth between the two of them, and you just hear kind of the Garou equivalent of a mutter of, "I ain't no Ragabash, I ain't getting no ass whooping for saying this." And then just she trots off towards where the howl came from.
When she's out of sight, he fucking just grins at Jesse.
This is giving him a little wink.
And continue on.
I'll just kind of look over at Asir for a second. He's like, "I need you to get my daughter back faster."
He nods. Soon, I promise. Soon.
Thank you. He'll just walk along with his hands in his pocket. So they will I imagine, go to where this newcomer is.
Okay, at the edge of the Sept lands is a powder blue Prius with a fairly well-built guy leaning on it, his arms crossed and just watching the trail. He has short brown hair, blue eyes. Totally doesn't look like Chris Evans, totally. If I had a working way to show you the whatever it is, the thing, you'd see why that's a funny joke.
And Siobhan will just march right up. So you just see this fairly big red wolf just march right up and just look him in the eyes and just, well, not in the eyes, like at his temples or at his forehead, because she's not a guardian. She can't run around doing that shit yet. And just kind of barks out. "So you're the new one, huh?"
Been around here a while. I just haven't been able to introduce myself yet.
She looks him up and down like 2-3 times, tilts her head to the side in a very wolfish manner, and says, And she just says, "Woof," and turns around and goes back to go where Ace Hand of Acer and Jesse are. But she just says the word "woof."
He strides up. He seems to be taking his time. He's not in any hurry. It's like he's an Athro. He's got all fucking day. He kind of looks him up and down. Doesn't really say anything. An Athro is one of the highest ranks you can get.
Okay.
It's, as I understand it, it's the more common of the elder ranks. Like,
yeah,
it's rare to get to elder.
He is rank 4, and there is actually a rank 6, which is even rarer. So
Yeah, that's legendary status,
It's like
isn't
fucking
it?
handful of them.
legendary. So you're Cleoth. There's Fostern, Adrian, Athro, Elder, legendary. So the higher rank you are, the more respect you get. That's the way it's supposed to work, anyway.
Just from the aura of command that the guy puts off, Steve actually stands straight, almost like he's at attention, and faces the guy that's coming towards him.
Yeah, he'll introduce himself. I am Hand of Asir. Athro Forseti of the Get of Fenris, and for those of you that don't know, Forseti is Philodox. He doesn't say that, but that's me out of character saying that. And you? I mean, I heard you, but I want to hear it again.
Charges the foe. Philodox Hamid Glasswalker, sir.
Welcome. Does he show his throat?
I mean, he's standing in attention, so it's kind of there.
Okay. He'll take that. That's fine. He'll say he notices that he's standing at attention, which is soldier's sign of submission, and he'll give him a nod and say at ease.
Which he actually goes into the at ease posture almost automatically.
He'll smile.
Like, clearly this particular Garu has had military training.
Oh yeah, for sure. Which he can definitely tell that. So, and then he'll if either of you would like to cleanse him, he can come in.
Jesse will look up, like, I can do this. And he'll smile at him. And he'll say, I'm Jesse Steele, man with 1,000 faces. I'm an Ictana Galliard, and I was born to humans. Cleeth, by the way. Hopefully not for much longer, oh my god, please. He'll say that, actually. Most of the shit, and I need to clarify right now that this guy says, is in character. If it sounds like it was ridiculous, it was. He bears a lot of very coyote-esque traits, by the way. That's not the right game. If I roll in Kingdom, we're going to get confused. Fuck. We're going to use Dice Roll with 2 folks, if that's okay. What's the roll for Rite of Cleansing again, Lindsay?
Which rituals? I believe it's just F6.
Let me cleanse you of your taint.
Out of character, you're going to cleanse his taint? What?
Gonna cleanse your taint.
Oh yeah, cleanse that taint, baby.
Jesse got this shit. You got 4 successes on that ritual. So
Jesse is really good at cleansing taint.
Man, I really am good at cleansing taint, though.
Is there a black dog sniffing around here somewhere?
So yeah, Jesse will cleanse the shit out of the character's taint, and he'll pat him on the shoulder like, "You're good."
Thanks.
You can go in now. You gonna be staying with us for a spell, or you just heading through?
Well, I'd like to stay if you got room.
You bring any baggage with you? Got any enemies, shit like that?
Not any that are living.
Oh, damn. Very nice. Anyway. Siobhan, why are you in Lupus?
She looks over to Jesse and just says, I was practicing.
I'm practicing what?
Tilts her head to the, like, almost 90 degrees to the side. Sniffing.
Sniffing?
She nods. I promised it was none of the kinfolk.
I don't really give a damn if you're sniffing the kinfolk. Oh, yawn. I have to challenge for Foster, and I don't know who to challenge. I have a couple of choices. All of them are tough. Interesting choices.
Siobhan just sits like how a wolf would sit and just watches the other people talking. She doesn't say anything.
That makes sense.
Oh, has anyone actually looked at that blue Prius?
I mean, Jesse did for a moment, but
Okay, then you'll see a USMC sticker on the window. Along with on the front windshield, there's a base pass for the local military, from the local Marine Corps base.
Holy fuck.
Which I believe is Miramar.
Miramar in Florida.
No, Miramar Air Base in San Diego.
I was gonna say, bitch, we can't all be from Big Cypress. We can't all be from a home set, people. You a serviceman?
I used to be. I work for the VA now.
My father was a serviceman. He was in the army. He was drafted to fight in Vietnam. He stayed for his tour.
Cool. I'll buy him a beer sometime.
He's dead.
I'll still buy him a beer
I'll
sometime.
buy him a beer, but he ain't gonna come for it. His name was Corporal William Steele. He'll walk with his hand in his pocket. And to be honest, at the time, service was... I'll think on it for a moment. A little more mandatory. A whole different world now. You boys actually go out there because you wanted to join. I have a lot of respect for that. How long you been out? Or are you still active?
Like I said, I'm working for the VA, and I've been working with them for a couple of years now.
Yeah, what you doing?
Just advocacy for other vets, making sure they get everything they need.
Hold on. He'll kind of nudge Hanvasier's shoulder, like gently as they're walking. Did you serve?
He thinks for a moment, like, not officially.
Well, nod. I imagine you, as all of the young Fenrir did your time in Amazon. And your colonel was good old Gogol Fangs first.
He fucking nods like
Oh, God. I got threatened to get sent down there, actually. You know, that's what
Good thing.
what the elder Arun threatened to do to me. He was like, yeah, Jesse, how about you, burn your chops down in the Amazon? Oh, fuck. Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to pay attention now.
I mean, good thing you didn't, or you'd just end up like me.
He starts to speak and then closes his mouth. He's pretty sure what's about to come out was a broken, bitter old man, but he doesn't say it. I'll just smile at the
He sees
elder.
Jesse start to say something, and he raises an eyebrow at him and gives him a look like, "You'll tell me later."
He'll just close his mouth and smile at him like, yeah. Hi.
He looks at the others and he says, "For those of you who don't know, Jesse and I go back a long way. We're from the same sept."
Oh God.
Siobhan just blinks at this.
He'll lick his lips and he'll think and he'll say, "Weren't you fostering when I first joined?"
Yep, Foster.
At 26.
He nods.
God damn.
Yeah, Steve's just remaining quiet, listening.
Yeah, he'll look at Steve and he'll say, I changed quite late. And then I had a... And Evasiria, you're really, really good at polishing shit up. How do you say spent 10 years as a fucking cub?
He took his time learning and getting to know his tribe and potential tribe, or getting to know his potential tribe.
Oh, yeah. I wanted to be well-versed in all of the ways of Gaia's mysteries. But...
He can't even fucking keep a straight face at that, like, what the fuck ever. That is not what you were doing. You fucking lying coyote bastard.
Smiled. I'm like,
Hey, at least your first change didn't come after, not even after, during an ambush.
I sneezed. Well, nod. My first change, and that's what made me change. Well, nod.
Talking about first changes, Asir goes quiet.
Yeah, he'll lick his lips and kind of look at Asir, and then he'll look back at him and he'll say, "So, what happened was, my mama and I were cooking, getting ready to cook Christmas dinner, and she had some flour. She asked me to pass her. It was this big bag, and you ever have one of those situations where something happens where everybody in the situation startles way more than they should have? Like, just something stupid happens. So, I dropped the flour. It hits a bowl or something. It caused this big bang, which made, kind of a sharp noise, and the flour poofed all over the place and went up my nose, and I sneezed so hard it knocked me into my war form for the first time, and when I did, I frenzied and tore the kitchen up. Now, luckily, my mother hid when I changed. She was knowing kin, and she knew about the girl losing her temper. And, yeah, that's how I changed. I sneezed. This does not bring me much glory. I lick his lips again and kind of look over at Hennevace here.
He's like cocking his head.
You didn't know how I changed?
I must have.
You must known, didn't you? Okay. And I was like,
Yeah. And then he'll say, "Of course, that's the way you changed. Of course it is. You're Jesse. Why wouldn't it have been that way?" He's just kind of like, duh.
I'll tell you what the first time I frenzy, but that's been sealed by public record.
He'll nod.
I only killed 2 hookers. Calm down. And he'll look back at the group. It was worm taint. Supposed to combat the worm wherever it dwells whenever it breeds. I'm not saying I didn't want to pay the hookers. He'll just shrug, like, I'm sorry.
He's
Not the
shakes
weirdest
his head.
story I've heard.
I assume not with you being a U.S. Marine. I imagine you have some tales from Thailand that really fucking would put mine to shame.
I was never assigned to the Pacific Ocean. I was actually pretty much straight into Afghanistan after training.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and yeah, I got into that ambush near Kandahar, I believe. Some motherfuckers decided they wanted to take out my entire squad, which I was a part of, not leading. And I see one of my buddies trapped behind a building while he's getting shot at, and all of a sudden, it just happened. I screamed in absolute rage and chased after all of them at once. That's also how I got my name. Turned out my sergeant was one of us.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, he's the one who trained me, and when I finally came back stateside, he decided that I'd be better off in the civilian world helping out than staying with the pack that was over there.
Siobhan's just sitting there looking between everybody who's talking, just watching. Like, just paying
Jesse will
attention,
reach
but she's
out.
not talking.
Jesse will reach out and scratch behind her ear.
Wait, so when Jesse does this, you know how when you scratch a certain part of a dog and like their back foot will like thump a few times?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what happens to her?
Hers will do that twice, and then she goes unnaturally still, like she's holding herself still. And if it's possible, her spine straightens even more after that.
Wow.
Football his hand.
Asir will say, "Be careful, Jesse. You might break her."
Oh God. He'll lean over and he'll whisper something in his ear, in Hannah Vasir's ear. And pull back with a smile on his face.
So I'm not touching that one with a 10-foot pole.
That's what he said to him, by the way. Not.
A little hint of a smile crosses his face, and he shakes his head.
What? It's just relations.
He
You told me I
nods.
need to with my Fianna, and he'll just shake his head disappointed.
The Fianna, hearing the mention of her tribe, just turns and doesn't quite narrow her eyes at Jesse, but she kind of just tilts her head to the side as she's looking at Jesse.
Why? Am I not allowed to say Fianna? Fianna.
There's a hrumph
What?
from the wolf.
Fianna. F-I-N-A-N, but I can't spell, whatever, Fianna.
And she just goes into our Hamid form at that point and stands up and says, "Well, if you want to get technical, it's Fianna, but..."
Get technical with Fianna. I'll smile at her.
And she'll like playfully wink at him.
So glad to see you joined us. How are you today, princess?
I'm very well. I had to do all my princessing duties. It was really annoying having to kiss the king's ass, but...
I knitted you a tiara.
I'm sure it's lovely.
He'll dig through his bag and fucking pass it over. He actually did knit her a fucking tiara.
When he hands it over, she has this look on her face like, well, shit, I wasn't expecting.
Asir rolls his fucking eyes and is like, looks at Jesse like, "Are you fucking serious right now?"
He legit knit her a fucking tiara.
Jesus Christ.
It's a cute little tiara. It's green and silver. Wear it with love and pride. He'll just look at us here and shrug, like, what? I was bored and I needed to move my hands.
You know, most Marines have something else they do when they're bored and need to move their hands, but I'm glad you were creative.
Yeah, but you know,
like his jaw tightens and looks like he wants to say something, but he holds the fuck back.
yep, Jesse just
goes,
good. Not touching that one. Put the tiara in the chat. Except it's silver and gold, unlike green.
She will put it on, by the way. It takes her a second to put it on properly with all her hair, but she'll put it on.
He'll smile at her.
And she'll smile back.
Well, look at Hand of Ace here. Like, what? Do you want me to make you one too?
He narrows his eyes.
Ooh, Jesse's brows will go up. He's like, oh, sorry. Hand of Ace area. He just drops where he is and shows through. Sorry.
He'll smirk. He will brush his fingers over Jesse's throat. Get up.
So while this is going on, Steve just kind of puts his hands on his hips and goes, "Man, I'm going to need to make a bunch of my units chilly at this point."
Jesse will hop up. Do you make chili? Is it meaty?
Oh yeah, it's proper chili.
Yes. I love it.
No beans. Well, beans on the side, but no beans in the chili.
Meaty chili. People always make that 3-bean chili soup stew. No, oh my god! Like I like chili with like really good, thick cut, juicy steak.
You know, I think I need to make a Costco run tomorrow.
I have a card if you want to go. I also have a card to BJ's.
I'm sure you do.
Beat me to it.
He just smiles.
Javon's just kind of gonna glance over at Hand of Acer, and I'm gonna make a perception empathy to see just how annoyed he is. I'm gonna do it.
Oh no.
So basically, you're just looking into the face of Mr. Popo right now.
So
Did he
I'm
not
rolling at,
already
like,
teach you the pecking order?
Ooh, oh no, wait. What diff was it, by the way? Because I may have rolled a diff 8 by accident.
Oh no, it's just diff 6.
Rip.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh Jesus. Hey.
I mean, she doesn't look into his eyes or anything.
Okay.
What is
Look
your
at his eyes.
perception? What? You really only have 3 dice for perception empathy?
Built to be inspiring, not perceptive.
Jesus. Well, you don't see any. You just see. You can't really glean any sort of reaction. There's not really annoyance on his face, but you just can't really tell.
Hmm. Gotcha. Yeah. And so she'll just kind of.
How many? Wow. That's a diff 8?
No, I rolled a diff 8 by accident.
He rolled a diff 8, but he still didn't get any successes. So.
Mind if I give it a roll?
I mean, if you'd like, you go right ahead. Oh,
All I'm saying is she may only have 3 dice for that roll, but she has like 12 dice for another roll. So.
It's a diff 6, right?
yes, it is.
That should be correct.
None for
Nothing.
you
I'm sorry.
I roll exactly jack shit. But hey, at least I know I got the correct format for this.
Yep, you sure do.
Oh well,
Yeah.
continuing on.
Sorry.
Yeah, going back to large juicy chunks of meat. I could take you to BJ's and we could get some.
I mean, oh my god, he's just like. He takes a deep breath.
Is there something wrong, Elder? He'll look over at him.
He just shakes his head.
You doing okay? You fine, sir? Do you need us to do anything for you?
I'm sure he could stand to be taken to BJ's by you.
Oh my god!
Oh no!
Siobhan just
His
starts
brows
backing
go up.
away. She just starts
His brows
backing
go
away.
up, and he's just like, he shakes his head.
Jesse just crosses his arm and shrugs his shoulder up.
There's a very loud sing song and a very pretty singing voice of first tenet of the litany.
Doesn't count between men. He'll look at her and shake his head.
He looks at her and he says, "Are you a Philodox?"
Ooh.
She looks back, tilts her head to the side. No, but I'm a Galliard.
You're not a Ragabash either.
Alpha. I was just singing, Elder. Honored Elder.
He narrows his eyes at her.
Jesse visibly will calm for a moment and kind of cross his arms, and his arms have already been crossed casually, but he'll kind of bite his lip, and you notice him visibly kind of pull back a little bit. He feels he's gotten maybe a little too loose with the Elder. Let's not piss off the fucking Elder. The Atrophin
Steve actually looks rather satisfied with the results. Like he actually had a bit of a plan there, and it worked.
Fuck, that's awesome. He's just gonna shake his head, and he's gonna resume his stoicism.
And Steve goes right back to quietly listening and walking.
I have to explain to you, I've seen this man laugh 3 times in my life. Oh, I've seen that man laugh 3 times in my life.
Well, given his rank, the last time he left, there was probably mass casualties on the enemy side caused by the laugh.
He'll nod. I've seen him fight. He'll look back at him. It's pretty impressive.
Anyone
doesn't
who gets
react.
that high has to be impressive.
I couldn't hear what your character said. What was that?
Which character are you referring to?
No, I couldn't hear what your character said. I wanted to hear you.
He said anyone who gets that high has to be impressive.
Oh god, if getting high was impressive, I'd be a fucking rock star.
You know what? Not going to touch that one.
I am very well known for my high antics. He'll smile. So, what auspice were you again?
Me?
Yes.
Philodox.
You come in 3s. Like misfortune. Please don't get insulted. Just seriously, there's a lot of them. I don't count the Galliard we got recently. She's royalty.
Yeah, okay.
It only counts with them.
Oh. I'll look back at them. There have been a lot of Philodoxes in the Sept recently. You should find a few friends. There's not that many Galliards. Ragabash, now that I think about it.
Huh. A Sept that has more Philodox and almost no Ragabash. That sounds kind of odd.
I think a friend of ours, well not, okay, hold on, let me not throw a hand of Ace, you're down here with me. I think a Ragabash friend of mine is coming from my old Sept. His name's Eric. He'll be along sometime soon. Just shrug. Oh, there's that. What Sept did you come from before this?
I didn't. Like I said, I was part of a war pack going around with the Marines.
I sometimes forget little details like that. I'm sorry if you said that already. And he'll smile at him. Jesse will look at Siobhan. Bye. You good? And he'll smile back at Steve.
Sorry it took so long to introduce myself.
When Siobhan scampers off, Asir like visibly breathes a sigh of relief.
You still patty over them? I'll just shake his head.
I have yet to meet one that will change my.
I'll just shake his head. I thought after that little comment you made about putting her on her back, you
He looks at Jesse and gives a really look, like, really.
shrug softly. Just an observation.
He's thinking, oh, you go get it later.
I'll bite his lip and smile at him.
Okay, Steve looks like he has this really smart-ass thing that he wants to say so bad, but he's keeping it back because it'd probably get him killed.
I want to hear it more than I want to hear life itself, though.
I want to hear it too, so bad. You know what? Asir's
Okay.
just gonna notice and he's gonna be like, what?
Hey, far be it from me to get between two lovers.
Jesse will shrug.
He just shakes his head.
I'm trying my hardest, honored elder.
Trying your hardest to get your ass kicked.
Oh God, yes, please. I mean, fuck.
Are you sure you're not Ragabash?
Nah,
No, he's not Ragabash, but he has very strong ties with Coyote.
He'll nod. Coyote has touched me in several ways.
Do you need to show me on the doll?
I'll show you on your. So, that's fine.
Raises an eyebrow at Jesse.
Jesse holds something back. He'll hold something back and look at Aesir like with a smile.
Man, this is almost as bad as the jokes you get in an infantry company.
Aesir and I are very Hand of Aesiria and I are very, very old friends.
He nods.
There is a large discrepancy in rank between us. As he is an Athro and I am a Cleith, ergo treating him as my peer would be quite rude, although we have been friends. Would you call us friends, right? For what now? I don't know, 20 years?
Something like that.
It is very hard for us to maintain in front of people that we are friends. Well, not. When we're trying to remember the striation and rank. I dicked off. He didn't. He climbed the ladder. I slid like it was a slip and slide right into 10 years of cubdom.
And he used extra lube.
And you did not just say that. I'm trying so hard. But then you say shit like that. And what am I supposed to do?
Bend over, obviously.
You know what? Later on, Aesir. Not now. He'll just look at your character like, I can't take it.
He smirks. Looking forward to it.
I hate you. I hate you so much right now. Oh, he just shuts up and crosses his arms.
He just smirks like he's very satisfied with himself.
He'll just look at your character like I can't do anything. I can't take him anywhere. I love her, I can't take him anywhere. He'll give Aesir a little pout.
He just he sighs heavily like, oh, God.
What?
Stop it.
What did I do? I'm just looking at you. Look away.
Steve, it was very nice to meet you. I need to go. Now I have things to do. And he fucking starts walking off.
Nice to have met you, sir.
Jesse will chew his lip and kind of watch him go.
He gives Jesse a glance as he leaves.
Jesse actually looks oddly very sober right now. Like he doesn't look as happy-go-lucky as he did a second ago. And he'll kind of look down.
Don't worry about it. I said I'd make my chili. I'll have it started tomorrow.
Yeah. That's gonna be great. If you need me to take you to the store, I'm more than happy to. I got membership to all the big clubs.
And I can shop at the PX on base. So I'm good.
Uh-huh. I'll walk with him. So, this is a Shrine of Fenris. It requires frequent sacrifice. If you kill something, just drop it on by. He'll kind of point out, like, the log house that's the Shrine of Fenris.
Good to know.
There's good booze in there. I know you're not of that tribe, but it's a sept thing. The sept's totem spirit is Glooscap. There's a shrine to Unicorn that if you need cleansing, you can bathe in the pools. It's actually really relaxing, especially when it's hot. I'm building a shrine to Coyote. If you need to meditate, it's a big maze, but like on the floor. And it's just good to walk through. And awesome. Yeah, I can't really think of any of the bands of the Sept or things like that right now. I know I don't think there's anything so important that jumps out at me and smack. I used to be a guardian. I'm the den father now. Well, I'm like the assistant den father. I'm going to be the den father sooner than later, but I'm like the den uncle for now.
So it's like being the den father, only you get to completely bullshit the cubs.
Yeah, something like that. Been doing that a while though. I'll smile. Like I said, I spent 10 years as a cub, so I'll shrug. You get to 36 and you look at yourself like, oh my, I'm still a Cleith and I'm pushing 40.
At least you didn't have to train in secret.
I just had my education split. But I can imagine how frustrating that must be to have to do things in secret.
I mean, I think my sergeant kind of knew before I changed, because the entire rest of the squad was part of that pack. I think they were just surprised that I changed then.
I know that when I get new cubs, they have a kin fetch that serves them. Maybe they saw your kin fetch.
Hmm. I think I learned more stateside than I did during my time in Afghanistan.
Probably. My daughter's a Philodox, actually. Her name is Clear Eyes to the people. Kate Steele. She's when he talks about her, his like face lights up for a minute. Like he still looks kind of somber and sad, but you see a softness come to his eyes as he's kind of walking. Yeah, she makes me damn proud. She's really good at what she does. I'll try to see if I can introduce both of you.
Sounds like tales that need to be told.
Oh, and she got quite a few.
Well, I'd love to hear him sometime.
I got a couple in these old bones.
Cool.
I'll just look back down sadly.
I'll pat him on the back gently. Thanks for the introduction.
Always. Brothers in Gaia, right?
Right.
Gotta treat you like family. I'm glad to do so.
All right. I got to get up early for work tomorrow, so I'll talk to you guys later.
He'll nod. Unless that was you saying that you have to go.
No, that's actually in character. I know. I'm
Okay.
not using my voice acting ability. Strange.
Yeah, he'll nod and he'll say, "Yeah, I gotta turn in early too."
All right. See you tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And he starts walking back towards his car.
Jesse will just take a deep breath and he'll just he'll walk for a moment to try to find either another Octane or another Galliard.
Okay.
Yay!
He gonna find her.
Yeah, he'll just walk up to her. It's kind of clear he's not in the best mood, but he'll still kind of, he's not terrible. And he'll smile at her softly.
She'll smile at him, but kind of cock her head. Are you okay, Jesse?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Don't look fine.
I'll shrug. Mom. I got... I'm fine. And he'll nod. Bye.
Okay, whatever you say.
I actually wanted to, I mean, I never thought this day would come, but I don't think anybody did. I actually feel that I've earned enough esteem among the people to, challenge for Fawston.
Oh. So you're challenging me?
Yeah.
She'll kind of cock her head. Well, I accept your challenge. Now I gotta think of what to have you do.
He'll smile. I'm sure whatever you come up with, it'll be great.
She thinks.
He'll tilt his head to the other side.
It's been a while since I've given a challenge. The last one was for Shadow, or Fangs of Wrath. She disappeared. Find out what happened to her. That's your challenge. I need you to find out what happened to her, because she disappeared and nobody followed up. So, you find out what happened to her and you come back and tell me about it.
He'll nod. I could
You
do
need
this
anything else?
today, or I could actually, take my damn time about it. I think I'm gonna take my time about it. He'll nod.
Of course, you can have anybody help you want.
I don't
But
need
I want
anybody
to
else.
know. I want you to find out as much as you can about what happened to her and how she spent her final moments, if there's final moments. If she's alive, if she's dead.
Like I said, I could do this the quick way, or I could do it the long way. I'll do it the long way.
Okay, you have a month.
I would like to finish it way before then.
I know, but I'm just saying you have a month or you automatically fail.
Oh my!
She smiles.
Okay. I accept it.
Good. I wish I could say that I'm looking forward to hearing this story, because I have a feeling that I know what the finality is going to be, but it's good that her story is told. She nods.
He'll nod. It doesn't look like he's not paying attention to her. It's just very clear his thoughts are elsewhere. And he's
for sure.
crying, but he just looks very sad.
Just she can tell, and she'll put a hand on his shoulder and give it a squeeze. Hey, whatever it is, it'll be okay. I
Oh, no,
promise.
I'm just being dramatic.
I know how that is.
I'll get him. And he'll tip his
See
head.
you later.
See you later, Symphony of Beams for you. And he'll just walk back. He'll just honestly just walk through the sept for a while.
Okay. Was that where you'd like to end the scene?
If you like.
Sure. I think that's a good place. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.